Welcome back, Redeemers, and thank you for joining us again. My name is Curtis.
I'm Nick.
I'm Keith.
And today we're going to be getting into a special Patreon request from Quintana S, All Night, SUGA, RM, and Juice WRLD.
Yep.
So without further ado,
Jesus Christ.
and thank you again for the request.
Ooh.
Yeah, kick out the door. Go grab the mic and let out the source. It's my fan man when he give out my heart. It's an earth cow, I support the flow. Come to my studio, magic gaps. Two-step chillin', this feels a classic. Ain't no job, but it's stress to practice. So baby, let's go sit down so fast. You put up the flashing lights. Lose the charm and the flashing lights. Go out for your head, come down with number. 시간 지나면 get your mind. 내가 볼 때까지 애들장 달려. 괜찮아, 내 속은 내가 알아. I keep right, the whole night, whole time. We keep on the party and all night. We don't wanna put it on the bread. Hold tight. Put that guy we don't get okay. All night. 용감한 기다려 no job again. All night. 저는 작업실 지나가는 사람에게 물어봐 그 가슴 누구지 코 아프잖아 그러면 This is for real 집에 나와 하는 돈 자랑들은 이제 그냥 귀엽지 가끔씩 모든 게 구름 아닌가 싶어 뜨기 전 너도 뭔데 그대로 네가 걷던 길 위에 시기와 시비가 앞서던 사람들의 발전을 보내고 싶어 만날 수 있다는 사실만 넌 알아도 이런 선택은 네 몫이야 What you will do Hey, she call me charming Need an army For your long sergeant I'm not from this planet Martian For you I go the harder Can't stop when you get me started You make me drunk, that's the Martin Someone who's on when I'm talking Oh, cause I told you from the go I need you to stay with me Loyal and faithfully Ever so gracefully Taking my soul That you pray for me Try to make a way for me Girl, you know I'ma always hold you close Never let go, no, you never let go, but you all the time, feel love, I'ma risk it all. If it's not your name coming up on my phone, I won't pick up, not at all. Love the way you take it off, on my rocket you taking off. Yeah, we done got love involved, We keep all the party in this room all night.
This is crazy.
We keep on the party in
the room all night.
We don't wanna put it on the bread. Hold tight. Put that guy in the gas okay. All night. 용감한 기다려 no job again. All night.
All night. Sonic. Listen, man. Besides the fact that like I'm a real big Juice WRLD fan, and I'm a real big fan of like that. He very much makes like vibe music.
Yeah.
Where it's like kind of you can almost close your eyes and just kind of go like this. This might be my favorite RM joint. I'm president of the moment.
That's what we doing right now?
This shit up there, yo. The fact that he matched his energy and was on some all night. If I closed my eyes, I didn't even think that was RM at first.
No, I agree.
Until the color coded like put me on.
Yeah, he changed up like his whole inflection, kind of. It seemed like.
Yeah, clearly them rapping and like Korean and stuff like that still was decent. It still fit the tone, but I think not to shit on other features they have. This harkens back to like this feature made sense and they fit each other well, and it added a different complexity than like where some features feel like they didn't need to be on there with anybody else
Or forced.
Yeah, this don't feel forced, and I know for sure it's not forced because Suga still is in Chicago making music with, you know what I mean. Well, he's with Lil Bibby, you know, and they're sampling shit that Juice WRLD is on. But yeah, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but I really, really like.
I mean, you look
this
like
joint.
a prisoner to me, my
Nah,
guy.
Jarek or somebody would have flipped the table. Jarek would have flipped the table. I'm sorry, everybody else in here, y'all. We just trying to give y'all as much content as possible as we can, and everybody's super busy.
Yeah.
This shit was a banger. I'm sorry, y'all. Go off.
No, I mean, I think you really said it. I don't know about the best RM jump, but
Yeah, in my opinion.
you know, oh, here we go with the caveat. But it's definitely a dope track. Definitely vibing. Did you find it? Is it downloadable?
Nah. It's just answering my own text back.
But the track was fire, in my opinion. Definitely liked it. It's definitely something that you could throw on and vibe to. When they were going back and forth, RM and Juice, like if I closed my eyes, I wouldn't be able to tell you when RM came in.
Yeah.
Because he was matched. I hate when I have to say it, but like he was matching pretty much Juice WRLD. Yeah, I'd have probably liked a little bit more Sugar, like toward the end of the song, because after his verse, he was kind of like, "Well, I'm done." But all in all, this show was fire, man. I can't front on it.
No, they all snapped on it. I thought RM overall stole it most for me just because of the inflections in the voice and everything like that, and matching that energy. Like as you said, if you close your eyes, kind of finding that moment where he jumped in. When he started going back and forth with Juice WRLD, and they just felt like that's one of my favorite elements in rap in general. Like those songs where people will almost finish each other's sentences and kind of pick back up. Like it's just. I mean, to harken back to one of my favorite words, the kinetic, like it's just that energy just keeps building and building the whole time. RM's verse in general was really solid. I love Suga's verse as well. I really thought that Juice WRLD shined too at the end, as far as because he had the whole rhyme scheme he was carrying on with the
army thing or not?
Yeah, the army thing, which I thought was just if it's true and him being aware of BTS and the army and everything, I just thought that was like really really slick wordplay.
It probably was. He was a smart kid.
Yeah, he was really
I was about
intelligent.
to say that doesn't seem like coincidence.
Yeah, he's a very smart kid.
And also the whole I like just the way he stretches and his last words kind of at the end to fit in more of a wider range of wordplay. Like he makes things rhyme by stretching out syllables, like the Martian. Park the Aston Martin, we just getting started. Like he would stretch out the syllable that rhymed and kind of drag it, which I thought was like it's something that's so in tune with Juice WRLD.
He cheating.
It's a good cadence and it's good on the ears too.
Yeah, and it's definitely a party vibe. Like it definitely like just sounds pleasant. Like if you just close your eyes, you can just vibe to it. The only thing I actually didn't like about it was just the all night thing. The all night chant hook kind of thing, or anything like that. But it was I don't even think it was the words. I think it was just the tempo, the speed of it.
The tempo of it.
Because it sounded like annoy, like all night, annoy. Like it sounded like annoy, like kind of. So I don't know.
It was annoying.
Yeah. It was the fact that it sounded like the word annoy.
Yeah, it was annoying at first with the but as the song went on, it
by the end it certainly faded away.
By the time they do it the second time and they layer it,
yeah,
the
and that was
layering
the thing.
is very
If you're
much
able to layer it and kind of add in other elements, it makes it resonate a little more. I guess my thing with it was just the fact that it was like. Because the beat was like kind of, it had like a slow build to it too. So I felt like he could have said the same thing and just like said all night.
I'm assuming he was changing the tempo because the only other thing you probably could do for the chorus is still do like do this all night.
Yeah, that's kind of the direction I would have thought. Yeah.
So they probably just was like, let's change the tempo. So all night.
Oh, yeah.
But it worked.
It might have been too many all nights getting squeezed in, I think.
That's why when they said times 11, I was like,
when they layered it, so it still worked out. But
even aside from that, at that point, that's just a nitpick. Like everything else about the song, and just the fact that their sounds like audibly just sound like they mesh really well together. And we had said it when we had checked out Girl Dreams, right, or whatever, the Suga and Juice WRLD. So I mean, just the fact that like we get to see a little bit more of what this collaboration could have been was just really special.
You know what's crazy too is that we always joke and we talk about how like the SK stuff harkens back to older hip hop,
Right.
Where
Yeah.
some of the cadences and flows, I'm not gonna say aren't evolved enough to be on particular tracks with certain people, but I do dig that. Like I said, anytime we say something about BTS, they just know the assignment and then just go blow it out the park. Like I said, clearly the rappers can be on any type time.
To harmonize
They
that
wanna
well
be
in
on.
English too. Like, I mean, I know RM is is fluent in English and everything like that, but just like, I feel like it'd just be hard to give any other artist from another part of the world that assignment and blend with another artist at a high caliber level like that.
No
Make
doubt.
it sound good. I mean, it just,
Lets me know they fluent as far as like being able. I wouldn't be surprised if they were on like a Migos track or somebody else and they switched the cadence up to match
oh yeah.
whoever they're on. After hearing all these kind of tracks, I feel safe by saying
Sugar
I think
and
they can.
Takeoff going back and forth.
Sugar and Takeoff, that sound that would be that'd be a joint. That's honestly a flex too. I know some people feel a certain way about Migos, but some people, especially the newer generation, would consider them one of the biggest male rap groups ever. And they have a legitimate argument when it comes to #1 platinum record sales, even though accolades aren't everything.
It's an indication of something, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it
just
doesn't
the-
exist for nothing.
Nah, especially when you've been doing it for 6 or 7 years, the market speaks.
Yeah.
But I would love that. That's a feature I would love to see, just because I know I'm gonna get a certain type of
A vibe.
bounce and a
Yeah.
vibe. But yeah, I'm all done. This is a banger. This was all that.
I
Just-
already added it to the list, so
Definitely. This just makes me excited for any kind of future collaborations that they could have.
I just want
Emphasis
more
on the word
collaborations.
future. I'm kidding.
I think it's definitely coming because now it's first off hip hop. You can keep doing it to whenever. Dudes like Meek and all those other. These are dudes that are 35, 36.
Jay-Z like 65.
Jay-Z obviously is still around. So with rap singing and stuff, BTS career is really just getting started in the U.S. I want to say, or maybe a year or
And
two.
singing here is
removed as far
ageless.
as- Yeah, so they can play in any wheelhouse, and they're chameleons. So they gonna fuck shit up here. I honestly think like in 3 years they're gonna be kind of like just.
They gonna have songs with Tupac and shit.
I feel like we're really like in this journey at the perfect time because we're starting to see like all these changes.
I would. Other groups probably gonna say I'm giving them too much credit and shit. I would think they single-handedly responsible for a lot of the K-pop fluctuation that's going on today in America. Where we said we were gonna go see Spider-Man and we just was standing waiting to get popcorn. But in the Eternals, BTS like has a track on there. They're referenced as like a major pop like group and everything that's out and stuff. And it's just, I personally think that they're single-handedly responsible for ushering in a new wave of K-pop, probably like after Gundam Style, might have ushered some stuff in, and maybe probably some other groups who I'm not even savvy enough on to talk about, like maybe during the '90s run or early 2000s. I told y'all the whole Bahrain thing and stuff. He ushered Jay Park, Jay Chow. I'm sorry. They goated.
No, I was gonna say I think TikTok had a hand in that, but TikTok only has a hand so much as people are informed of who they're looking for. So yeah, you could have seen the BTS challenge on TikTok, but if you don't know who they are, then it don't mean shit.
Yeah, but in fairness, I feel like also anyone, if you just get into that argument, it opens the door for the argument of like, well, they had social media. My generation didn't. They could touch more people.
Bad for your media. For your
So I mean,
I feel
Well,
bad
yeah,
for
but
your
nonetheless, it's true.
Yeah, but that I don't think that was a. See, I don't want to get too deep into the conversation, but
I know what you mean.
I don't think that was like a.
indicative statement on why they're successful.
Right.
What I will say though about that is that like, all right, so let's say like, I'm not even trying to pinpoint people. Let's say the song Whoopty. There's a TikTok sensation, went viral. It did numbers for Young Boy and everything like that. Without even looking, I'm pretty sure the video had 30 million views or something like that. In fact, let me pull it up just to even hamper down on the argument while we got time. But what I will say is, if BTS is doing 500 million, a billion views, that shit just ain't TikTok.
Right.
Like that has to be you know what I mean? Just you busting
I mean-
ass doing your craft. Oh shit, I'm super wrong. Whoopty, 357 million. views.
Maybe
Shit.
I'm uneducated
Most of
or a
those is you,
prisoner
then.
of the moment as well, but I would,
Maybe.
even if it seems like it's, like, I mean, if you just take the history of music in general, I feel like I don't think any group, like, regardless of, like, what language they're in or anything, did this much, this big, this quick. Like, just in general.
Beatles.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
probably.
some
but-
of their records already been beaten though by solo
Yeah.
people. Drake beat their records and shit. Like,
Yeah.
so,
But I
but,
feel like
but
it was different though.
I feel like once you start bringing the whole generational thing in,
It gets
it
fuzzy.
gets mucky because anybody can say that. Because then the people in the like 50s and 60s artists can be like, the 80s had radio.
What about Chubby Checker?
Radios was way more accessible in the 90s than they were like in the 80s. It's easier to, it was more affordable to get a cassette tape than to get a
Right.
8-track. Don't get me started with MTV coming out and other
And
things.
buying
Stuff
physical
like that.
CDs
There were
versus,
certain venues that
buying-
wouldn't play
or,
people
yeah.
of color, and their reach was limited.
MTV.
Or yeah, and not only that, but just not even giving the artists credit for the type of music that they do play.
Yeah, so it's I definitely agree
Yeah.
with you, and we've had this conversation multiple times about how nowadays it's a lot easier to get your music out there. But I do feel like once you start doing that, it's a real
Well, by that
slippery
logic,
slope.
also, then every group that we've ever listened to should have the same success, and it's not the same. So there's, you know, I mean, they are where they are for a reason.
But yeah, y'all, this was a good joint. Definitely a good conversation and a longer one to be had. I can't wait till we do like open-ended conversations
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
for
and just
sure.
kind of rant for 2-hour segments and shit. Once we got like 5,000 Patreon members, it's like
No, seriously, 5,000 Patreon.
Nah, real shit. Would y'all hashtag Redeemers? Let us know if y'all would just like to hear a full panel of us ranting for 2 hours about like SK topics and music and everything else and stuff.
Or how about y'all give us some topics?
Yeah. I can give us some topics. Inbox us, send us anything, and just let us know what y'all want us to talk about. That'd be fun. But y'all know the vibes. Love you guys to death. Thank you for all the love and support. Army, Waterhead.
Waterhead.
Holla at you.
Love y'all. Take care.